Have you ever wondered why you tend to reach for comfort foods when you're stressed? It's not just a coincidence. There's an intimate connection between stress and weight gain, and it's more complex than you might think. Let's start with a term you might be familiar with: stress eating, also known as emotional eating. It's that urge to grab a bag of chips or a bar of chocolate when you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or just plain stressed out. But why does this happen? Why does stress make us want to eat? And why do we often choose foods that aren't necessarily the healthiest? The answer lies in our biology. When we're stressed, our bodies go into survival mode. This is a throwback to our ancestors who, when faced with threats like predators or scarcity of food, needed to eat to survive. This survival instinct triggers certain hormones that prompt us to eat. But we're not living in the Stone Age anymore, and our stressors have evolved. We're not running from predators, but we're dealing with deadlines, traffic jams, financial worries, and a host of other modern stressors. However, our bodies still react the same way. They don't differentiate between physical danger and psychological stress. So when we're stressed, our bodies prompt us to eat, disrupting our normal eating patterns. We might find ourselves eating when we're not actually hungry, or craving foods high in sugar and fat. These foods trigger feelings of satisfaction and happiness in our brains, providing a temporary escape from stress. Unfortunately, these comfort foods are often high in calories and low in nutritional value. So, while they might make us feel better in the moment, they can lead to weight gain over time. And this isn't just about extra calories. Stress also affects our metabolism, how our bodies process and store energy, which we'll explore more in the next scene. So, how exactly does stress make us gain weight? Let's delve deeper. When we're stressed, our body produces a hormone called cortisol. This hormone, often dubbed as the stress hormone, has a crucial role in how our body responds to stressful situations. But did you know it also has a say in our eating habits and ultimately our weight? Cortisol is produced by our adrenal glands, small organs located on top of our kidneys. This hormone is part of our body's fight or flight response, preparing us to either confront or escape from danger. It boosts energy by triggering the release of glucose into the bloodstream and curbs functions that would be non-essential in a fight or flight situation, like the immune response or digestion. But here's where things get tricky. In our modern life, stressors are not always life-threatening events like a ferocious lion chasing us. They can be a traffic jam, a deadline at work, or a particularly nasty comment on social media. These are situations where the extra energy cortisol provides isn't used up by a physical response, like running or fighting. When the stressor subsides, cortisol levels should ideally fall, but if the stressor stays, say chronic stress at work or home, cortisol may stay high. This prolonged high cortisol has an interesting side effect. It makes us hungry, specifically for junk food. You see, our bodies, in their wisdom, think they've used up energy dealing with stress and now need to replenish it. This is where the concept of comfort foods comes in. Cortisol triggers cravings for sweet, high-fat, and salty foods, foods that give a burst of energy and pleasure. The more often this happens, the more likely we are to gain weight. Cortisol also impacts where that weight is stored. It promotes fat storage in the abdominal area, which is not just a cosmetic concern, but also increases the risk of heart disease and diabetes. So the more stressed we are, the more cortisol we produce, and the more likely we are to gain weight. It's a tough cycle, but understanding it is the first step towards breaking it. Unfortunately, stress and weight gain often create a vicious cycle. You see, when we're under stress, we're more likely to make unhealthy food choices and skip out on exercise, which can lead to weight gain. And as we gain weight, we might feel more stressed because of societal pressures, health concerns, or the discomfort of carrying extra weight. This in turn can cause us to continue making poor food choices, skip exercise, and gain even more weight, thus creating a vicious cycle. Let's look at this a little more closely. When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, a hormone that can increase our appetite. It's a survival mechanism, really. Our bodies think we need more energy to fight or flight, so they make us feel hungry. But in our modern world, we're often not using up that extra energy, and so it gets stored as fat. Moreover, when we're stressed, we often crave foods that are high in sugar and fat. These foods can give us a quick energy boost and a temporary feeling of comfort. But of course, these are also the types of foods that can lead to weight gain if we eat too much of them. On top of that, stress can make it harder for us to find the motivation to exercise, which is a key factor in maintaining a healthy weight. We might feel too tired, too anxious, or too overwhelmed to get moving. But without regular exercise, our bodies don't burn off the extra calories we've consumed, and, you guessed it, we gain weight. As we gain weight, we may feel more self-conscious or unhappy with our appearance. We might worry about our health or feel uncomfortable in our bodies. All of this can add to our stress levels, making us more likely to reach for unhealthy foods or skip out on exercise, and the cycle continues. Breaking this cycle might seem daunting, but there are ways to manage stress and control weight gain. We'll explore some of these strategies in the next scene, so stay tuned. The key to breaking the stress-weight gain cycle is managing stress effectively. Let's discuss a few simple, actionable tips that can help you in this endeavor. Firstly, maintaining a balanced diet is crucial. When we're stressed, we often reach for comfort foods, which are usually high in sugar and unhealthy fats. Instead, aim to nourish your body with whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. These foods not only provide the nutrients your body needs to function optimally, but they also help to stabilize your mood and energy levels. Next, regular physical activity is also vital. Exercise is one of the most effective stress relievers. It helps to lower cortisol levels, boost your mood, and burn off extra calories. You don't need to run a marathon. Even a brisk walk can make a significant difference. Find a form of exercise that you enjoy and make it a part of your daily routine. Getting adequate sleep is another key element. When we're sleep deprived, our bodies produce more cortisol, which can lead to increased hunger and weight gain. Try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Create a relaxing bedtime routine and ensure your sleep environment is comfortable and conducive to rest. Finally, mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and yoga can be powerful tools in managing stress. These practices help to calm the mind, reduce cortisol levels, and bring about a sense of peace and balance. Even just a few minutes a day can make a significant difference. Remember, these tips aren't just about losing weight, they're about creating a healthy lifestyle that supports your overall well-being. So there you have it. Managing stress isn't just about trying to control your weight, it's about making choices that support your overall health and happiness. Remember, managing stress is not just about weight control, but also about leading a healthier, happier life. Subscribe to the channel to see more content from the Health Tree.